Welcome back everyone, this is Alekos and this is my final Gotham Knights upload. That's right, this is the finale of my nearly 1 year long playthrough. Tomorrow, the 17th of April, marks 1 year since I uploaded my very first part 1 of Gotham Knights. And I've been spending this last week doing everything I had to do, such as the showdown mode, which was pretty fun but tough. Just uploaded that. We did the Heroic Assault, Kelvin Incident, and Starro, which are just levels of waves. We did that, and I've officially 100% complete Gotham Knights. Actually harder than I was expecting. This is one of the harder 100% completions I've done. But as you can see, you got all the rarest suits in the game. Pretty proud of these little, rarest skins that I've been waiting a long time to unlock. So for this finale video, we'll just be covering basically everything since I've 100% completed the game, such as all the skins, emails, database, unlockables, just all that stuff. There actually won't be any playing or gameplay, and I will be reacting to a couple cutscenes if I can find them, because there's actually some extra cutscenes you get at the very end of the game, and I can't find it anywhere on YouTube for some reason, but I know I saw I'm not crazy. And I actually recorded this finale already, but I deleted it like a moron, so I got 1 day to get this out. Brothers and sisters, I cannot find this stupid cutscene to save my life on YouTube, on Reddit, on Google. Nowhere can I find the cutscene I saw, and I've recorded them for all the nights too. It's so frustrating, but I lost the entire 100% completion videos. This is my second round of doing it, but it was essentially just Alfred handing like this iPad to each of them saying, "Bruce left you everything you need," and they're like, "Oh, I guess so." It was like super short, and it was like the same dialogue. It was just slightly different for each night. I wanted to show you guys my proof that I always love to do, that I complete this game 100%. 61 out of 61 achievements, 4 days, 5 hours, 58 minutes played, full gamer score, and we'll show you guys the rarest ones because I'm a flex. Boom, defeat each of Gotham's most wanted present during Kelvin Incident. There we go, that's one of the hardest ones. And yeah, we got every single one complete. That is a wrap, with our final one being the Kelvin Incident. We unlocked that last, which was last week. Okay, so for context, this is New Game Plus, so there will be some stuff that looks incomplete, but trust me, the achievements prove I got it all done. So to start off with, I finished all the case files. There was just nothing here because I finished them all. Challenges were completely empty. There's something that is called the Most Wanted, and that's where you have to find like the mafia boss of a little crime section, and there's like 36 of them. That was the hardest part about this entire playthrough. I didn't really record that because it was just boring and there was nothing special or unique about it, but I essentially just had to grind and grind and grind, hoping that I would get lucky and get a boss, and I would just go down the list taking on these bosses, and I did complete that. So there's no special reward. I think it was just like an ability point, which I already used. But yeah, I got all the challenges done. It was just completely empty, nothing left. Moving into gear, we're gonna go over all of these skins now. So of course the only part we're gonna cover is the styles, because the rest is just stuff. So of course the very first suit is just a customizable suit that you can get depending on what suit you're wearing. So like if I change my loadout, my suit, it could be one of these. I could change, the color and the cowl, but in reality that's just the I think that's just this suit. Okay, so the point is we're gonna ignore all those other suits and we're just gonna look at the colorway, because that's the only important part that we can unlock. So I have all the colors unlocked. We unlock this through motorcycle trials, time trials, challenges, showdown, heroic assault, main story, everything. So we got iconic alpha, bravo, and you can just kind of read through these. This one's really cool, and there's a couple like other universe building references that we'll look at. Blackout, pretty cool. White, grayish. Cobalt, I believe this is the Mr. Freeze color, which looks amazing. Not sure what Cobra is. Court of Owls, of course, nice. Leviathan, I don't know. I'm sorry guys, I'm not that good about the universe anymore. Asylum, I guess just like Arkham Asylum. Atlantis, of course, that is Aquaman. Tribute Slade, which looks amazing, that's Deathstroke, of course, legend. Chroma Frost, this is like an all white. Ultra Cosmic, I believe this is the Starro color, which actually looks pretty cool in this outfit here. Ultra Zurin R, I don't know what this is for, but Zur sounds like maybe Superman, I don't know. Pastel. Then we have like the colorways of the other knights, so I could use Batwoman, Tribute Gordon, Nightwing, Tribute Grayson, looks really cool, and Tribute Drake, which is Robin and those Knights will have Red Hood's colorway, which is pretty cool. So yeah, we got them all. My favorite's gonna have to be, I really like the all white, but Tribute Slate is just kind of too cool. So maybe one of these two. Now for the suits, the cool stuff. Our first suit is New Guard, and this is just the default one that we spawn with in the game. Pretty simple. I love the mask. I think that's kind of carrying this outfit. Next up we have Titan. Not a fan of what's going on here. I mean, the green is kind of random. Mask is kind of eh. Eternal, pretty decent. I'm pretty sure these are all unlocked through main story except Titan. I think that is some side quests. But yeah, Eternal, a little too futuristic for me. Year One, this is probably my favorite. I really love the Year One designs for these Knights, and this was a really hard skin to unlock, so yeah, that is beautiful actually. I love the mask, I just love it all, perfect. Neon Noir, I like the idea, but I think it'd be better just to make your own Gotham Knight, like back here, your own Red Hood, and you choose a black colorway or the dark colorway. Demon, this one's pretty unique. I don't know why this doesn't look like Red Hood at all actually, but it's cool. Privateer, I liked it at first and then it just looked super fake, out of place, I don't know. Metal, this is kind of like our Batman Beyond, which reminds me, we gotta look at our Batman Beyond skin because that is exclusive to DLC, I believe. So if you go to loadout here, we have the Beyond suit, which looks heavenly, very nice. And then we could probably change the colorway for that too. Yep, wow. Look how cool that looks. So this is just another customizable suit. I think it's DLC only, but there you go. That's what it looks like. Pretty cool. Nice. And I'm a little bit confused because we also have Beyond here. So I'm not sure if this is the DLC one or the other one was a DLC one because you can customize it. By the way, here's just the Beyond one, which I like the one better because you can customize the colors. Night Ops, pretty cool. Shinobi, this is an interesting one. Looks like straight out of a samurai game. Probably wouldn't rock this often. Night Watch, this is a close tie for Year One being the best skin. I mean, just look at how nice and slick that little chest plate is, and the mask looks very nice too. So Night Watch is probably second. I still think Year One's the best. Talon is very cool. It definitely looks the best for Red Hood out of all the characters. Night Hood, beautiful as well. This is probably top 4. Very slick black design. And of course Raider, which I have bias to just because of how hard it is to unlock. If this was like an easy unlock skin, I would probably not really care about it. But it is dark red, which is pretty cool. It's like a maroon. That is essentially the rarest skin in the game. Ooh, my man is looking beautiful. And there we have it. The legendary rarest suit in the game for Red Hood. There is the Western collection. It's like a DLC that I don't think I can ever get. I think it's like $500 or something to get a code for it. We won't be getting that, but just so you guys know, that is probably the only other skin that exists. Okay, I wanted to make sure I was correct, and I am. So out of the 15 skins you can actually unlock in game, there is a 16th, and that is the Gilded Age. And this is how to unlock. Use the codes from all 6 issues of the Batman Gotham Knights Gilded City comic book, print or digital. So this was something you had to do a long time ago, it sounds like. And you would get basically Western skins for them. So we have Batgirl, which looks pretty nice. I don't think I'd use that though. Oh, Cowboy Nightwing. That is pretty cool, I can't lie. Sheriff Red Hood. Oh my god, his mat. Oh, that is so cool actually. His hood is like a bandana. Wow. And then Robin, that's funny, like the little hay thing in his hair and his hat or whatever. Yeah, Nightwing definitely takes a cake. I might use it for Red Hood, but it would probably be a Nightwing thing only. But yeah, that is pretty cool. I still think Night Watch and stuff are the best ones. Where are they at? Yeah, it's literally the first one. Unlock, purchase a deluxe edition. Yeah, these are so good, bro. Then we have Red Hood's abilities, which I completed all their abilities. That's why I'm level 40 and I have their skill trees complete. Super satisfying, but like I was talking about earlier, I had to grind the most wanted cases, which was nothing to record. It was just torture. But yeah, we got all his stuff done. The Marksman category, the Brawler category, the Vengeance category, and Knighthood, the most important and OP category. And of course, we have all the momentum abilities unlocked. Very nice as well. So that is Red Hood covered. My favorite knight. I just love Red Hood. He's so cool. Next, we'll look at Batgirl, which has become my favorite to use in game. She's actually very, very powerful. So I used Red Hood for the main story, like the complete main story with my cousin Ethan. I just thought he was just my favorite just to start with. I really think Red Hood's a cool character and all with the Jason Joker storyline. But Batgirl, she has impressed me. I've used her for my Heroic Assault videos because she's just so powerful. And this is her Raider outfit, which looks super cool. And we'll look at the rest of her gear now. So of course we have our default, and I'll go ahead and show you guys the Beyond, which looks pretty nice. No cape, nice. Here are the colorways for her. Pretty cool. I like this one a lot. Looks like her colorway actually. Ooh, look at that one. The court one looks slick. Wow. Ooh. Okay. This one looks really cool too. And then we have Tribute Drake again, like Robin. Nightwing, instead of Batgirl having a tribute, here it is, Tribute Todd. Which reminds me, this should be, the Delta is their colorway. So Red Hood's was his Delta, I believe, because this looks like her colorway. So pretty cool. That could literally be Red Hood, and that looks awesome, the brown and red. Then we have the default suit, New Guard, which is not bad at all, actually. I like the shorter hair, pretty cool. Then we have Titan, which is actually a lot better than Red Hood's Titan. I like the little short bat ears. Eternal, nice colorway, better than Red Hood again. I think Red Hood skins kind of suck outside of the few that are year one and beyond and stuff. Batgirl's year one is very close tie to being my favorite with Red Hood. I don't know. The orange, the cape design, so good. Neon Noir, doesn't really look very neon noir, but short hair is kind of cool, I guess. Demon, not really a fan, just looks just kind of silly with the mask and the high ponytail. Privateer, this is better than Red Hood for sure. Looks like a medieval Batgirl and looks fitting. Metal, Batman Beyond ripoff, and then we have, of course, the actual Batman Beyond Batwoman or Batgirl skin. And I did have a Batwoman mod for my Kelvin Incident video, which looks so good, bro. It was really better than any skin this game could offer for Batgirl. We have Night Ops. Not a huge fan of this outfit. Just, it's cool, but and back to Beyond. No cape, by the way. Just wanted to mention that. That's pretty cool, huh? Shinobi. I like it better than Red Hood, perhaps. Nightwatch. Top tier. This is again, Nightwatch and year one are some of the best stuff this game has to offer cosmetic wise. I mean, look at the golden accents or whatever with the purple cape. Oh my god, that looks so good. Then we have Talon, which is also nice. I still think Red Hood's is way better. I think it's the best out of the Gotham Knights. Knighthood, which is for completing the game. Red Hood is definitely better, but this one's a very nice little. This is the closest thing we have to like a Batman skin. And then finally Raider for completing the Kelvin Incident. So she has a pretty good collection of skins. I think Raider is probably top 5. Knighthood for sure. Nightwatch is top 2. Yeah, Beyond is in there as well. And I think year one's gonna be the winner. Actually, we'll have year one at number 2. Nightwatch at number 1. Yeah. Okay, and Robin, let's go. Also, they're very low power level because I unequipped all the mods because they're just bothering me. But my Batwoman or Batgirl is up to 55,000 power level, I believe, which is pretty much as high as you can kind of get with that. All right, Robin with his good old teleporting Justice League thing. To start with, here's his Raider outfit. Absolutely beautiful. We'll take a look at his Beyond suit real quick, which looks crazy. That is so cool. And the Beyond suit does give you the boost all XP rewards, right? So it's like an XP booster suit, so pretty cool. Take a look at his colorway. This should be his colors, right? Pretty cool. Blackout looks crazy. This dude looks like a mannequin. Super mannequin. Nice. I really like this Cobalt Mr. Freeze color. Oh, I think one of these are Clayface. Like this, which one? It might be this one, I'm not sure though. Cool. Or this one. So one's for Clayface, one is Harley, one is Mr. Freeze. Yeah. There might be a Talia in there too. Huh. Okay. Oh, this looks crazy! I need to check this out right now. Hold up. Let him cook. Nah, this is gnarly. That is so freaking cool. Asylum is definitely one of the better ones. Oh, this one's really cool too. Wow. I need to check that out. I'm a fiend for anything red with the red light, with the red shirt on me, with Red Hood being my main. Wow, that is wonderful. And then Atlantis even looks pretty cool. Slade looks awesome with the orange glowing eyes. Now we're really a mannequin. This is a trip. We'll check that out in a sec. This is also trippy. I need to figure out who this is. Zurinar. Maybe it's another Starro thing. Oh, that is insane. I need to check that out. Trippy Gordon. So this is Batgirls. Looks awesome. Todd, pretty cool. And Grayson. Oh my lord. This is the coolest. This is so funny looking. I love this. Alright, onto the actual suits. We have New Guard, which is our default, which is a pretty great starter skin. I mean, I'd be happy if this is the only skin we had for him. This is nice. Then we have Titan, which is probably one of the best Titan outfits we have, or second place. I don't know. I can't remember Nightwing's, but this is really cool. I love the little mask design, and the colorway looks crazy. Eternal, similar to Titan. I have to go with Titan though. I like the darker colorway. This is still pretty cool. Year One, probably my least favorite Year One, but still a nice design. Cool. Not a fan of this at all. This is so ugly, but it's kind of cool. I like the logo. At least that's decent. Demon is definitely one of the better skins for him. This looks like, I would have been happy if this was like the default outfit. This looks super Damian Wayne-ish. It's just kind of an ew for me. No thank you. Metal, we're good off that. I mean, I like the design of the suit besides the mask. It looks so ugly. Beyond is crazy. This is giving me some Val Kilmer Batman, I believe. Rest in peace. But Val Kilmer's Batman and Robin looks like this, right? I could be wrong, but I rocked this for a little bit. It was pretty cool. Night Ops is nice. Looks more like Red Hood than Robin. Look how bulky he is. Shinobi is one of the best. I mean, this guy looks like he's straight out of Assassin's Creed. Nightwatch, it's probably the best skin for Robin. This is number one. I mean, Nightwatch, like I've been saying, Nightwatch and Year One are pretty neck to neck, but it takes a cake for sure here, Nightwatch. Wow. Look at those pop. This looks like classic Robin. Talon, I don't like the blue colorway so much. I don't know why they did that. Night Hood is pretty cool. I'd probably put this top 3 for him just because the all black, this looks nice. And Raider, which is kind of a hate-love relationship with it. I don't like the logo so much, but the cape looking rugged like that, so cool. So I'll put this in third place. We'll have to do this in second, perhaps first, with honorable mentions going to Shinobi and Beyond. And finally, that brings us to Dick Grayson Nightwing. Wow, oh, that is tough. Let's start with his Beyond suit, which for some reason isn't showing. There it is. Oh, that is actually hilarious. He has his whole hair sticking out. Ooh, that is a gorgeous blue. And this should be, I believe this is his colorway. Oh my, that is, I'm seeing this for the first time with you guys. Holy smokes, that is freaking cool. And we got Gray Ghost, pretty cool as well. Cobalt, nice. Ooh, this looks like some. Now this looks like something I would see in like a pre-order bonus. That is so cool. Okay. For some reason the asylums are so good. I don't remember how you get this colorway. I don't know if you start with it, but these look so good every time. Like the Deathstroke. Very nice. Cool. Very cool with the purple. Looks so much better than Robin in my opinion. Then we have Robin's, Jason's, Red Hood, and Batgirl. Nice. Yeah, this one is so cool. And then we have the default, right? I believe this is a default. Pretty cool. Super bright neon, but I like it. Titan. Probably gonna give Robin the Titan skin. This is still cool. Close second. All black. I like that. Eternal. Very cold version of Dick Grayson, but I like it. Year One, this is such, again, the Year Ones are so cool. Gotta love them. Gonna have to give Red Hood the best Year One still. This is probably, is this better than Batgirl's? I'm gonna say no. It's still really cool though. Neon Noir, pretty nice. I like that. This is better than Robin's. Demon. I mean, it's literally Red Hood's colorway, but I like it. This is like the closest thing you have to a Red Hood skin for Nightwing. Privateer, same thing, same colorway. I wonder why they did that, but pretty cool. Look how bulky he looks. Very medieval. I like that. Not a fan of metal. Looks super boring. Beyond is pretty cool. Looks like Blue Beetle. Every time I see it, I just think Blue Beetle. Night Ops. Not really a fan of the long hair, but the glowing eyes is cool. Yeah, nah. No, I'm not feeling Shinobi, sorry. Night Watch. I had a mod where it was like an all red chest plate. That's also in my showdown video. And it looks so good, but this is, you can't go wrong with the blue. Talon. Cool design. Still think Red Hood carries for the Talon skins. Night Hood is so good. This was like my main for the longest time. This classic blackout Nightwing, love that. And finally Raider, which is cool, but probably my least favorite of the Raider skins. It's just kind of basic. So we'll do number 3 with year 1 just because it's so funny, and this is the most year 1 looking outfit yet. Like, he looks like such an amateur. Number 2 is a Night Hood for sure. Beautiful skin, and you know I gotta get number 1 a Night Watch. That is just brilliant. Just brilliant, bro. Oh my god. You cannot go, oh my god. You cannot go wrong with this. Looks like Night Watch took the cake for the best skins, but Red Hood gets year 1 because that is so freaking cool. And of course we got all of the skills for Batgirl, momentum abilities, same for Robin, very cool. And of course Nightwing. There you go, there's your proof that I finished all those abilities. Okay, so now that we covered the actual skins of the Gotham Knights, we have to of course cover the Batcycle because we got a lot of stuff from there. Alright, so first we have the Interceptor, and of course I have this crimson colorway on because it looks sick. You know I love my red. And we'll go through them very quickly. So we got Royal. It's nice. It looks like Batgirl kind of. Signature Gordon. Maybe that's Commissioner Gordon. It doesn't look very Batgirl-ish. Drake. Okay, this is Batgirl. This is Robin, Nightwings, and of course Jason's, which is the best. Then we have Cobra, hot pink, kind of cool. Diecast. Vinyl's nice. Orchid, not too bad. Lily, that's kind of cool. Grasshopper, wow. Recluse, I like that name. That's a cool color as well. Steel, nice little grayish black. Gunmetal, so this is like inverted colors here. I like that. Blackout, perfect. I love that. Bruises, it's an interesting name. Cuts, oh, we're going through the wounds right here. I like this one better though. I think this might be Harley's color. I don't know for sure. I forgot. It was so much grinding. Cool, kind of cool, and warm. Not a fan of that one. Transcendence, that's kind of nice. Boundless, you can see there's a lot of wraps for the girls here. Are these bright neon ones. Boundless. And Panaki, that's very neon. Then back to the beginning, this is Default Alpha, Leviathan, Black Adam, there we go, that's cool. I don't know why we didn't have a Black Adam skin, but we have a Black Adam motorcycle. Spoiler, Gray Ghost, like that. Cosmic, that should be Starro. Pastel, nice. Tractor, and Azure, that's very nice. And then back to Crimson. So those are all our colorways for the Interceptor, which is the basic Batcycle that you start the game with, right? We also have Deco, which is one of the ones you get for completing the Heroic Assault, I believe. You get all these from this, like the side quest. I don't think you get any of these from the main story. And what do we got here? I'm not sure what this is. And then we have Shepherd, which is just a clean black motorcycle. I like that. Can't go wrong there. Then we have Tribute Mr. Freeze. Okay, now we're getting some cool stuff in here. There's some frost at the bottom, looks cool. And yeah, this is definitely, I'll put this above Deco for sure. We'll put this at number 1. I like Shepherd at 2nd. Tribute Harley Quinn, that is so fun. Freaks on the side, Batman right here, some more bats, a heart, hi. Interesting. We'll put this in 2nd. I'm feeling generous. Oh, I don't think I've seen this before. Tribute Clayface. That might take the cake. That is just such a classic color. Oh, you could actually see the clay moving through it. That takes the cake, 100%. That is so cool. And that's it, yep. We're keeping Clayface on. Oh, didn't equip. There it is. Wow, that is so cool, man. All right, there we go. That's our official Batcycle Clayface, and that is all our Batcycles. That is every single one you can get. You might be able to get a pre-order one or something. Okay, so I do have all the Batcycles besides 2 of them. This is one of them, the BOS 022, and this looks like it's also one of those exclusives you had to get with the Western skins, which is like getting the comic book. So, and then there's the 233 custom Batcycle. I think this is a pre-order DLC or something. Okay, so this is what I have, the Visionary pack, and that gave me the colorways, those few colorways that look kind of weird, the Nightwatch skins, of course, and then the Beyond skins. So this is a pretty stacked thing here. Yeah, the Beyond suit styles. So the one that I can actually customize with the XP, I believe. So that's cool. Ultra Zurinar, Chroma Frost, and Tribute Asylum. The Tribute Asylum, that was one of the best ones. So this is a pretty good DLC, but I do not get the pre-order Batcycle, so that's tough. All right, so now I wanted to showcase the emotes real quick because when I was researching about the other skins and stuff, I noticed that there's emotes exclusive to the DLC I have. So first we have Impatience, of course, and we have Wave, very comedic. Then we have let's see, Yes, very nice. And we have No, of course. Ooh, okay, we'll mess with Red Hood. Then we have Point at Self. Ooh, I should have utilized this one more. That's funny. Then we have Cheer. Slow clap, I like that. And then we have Dance, which I'm not sure how you get this. People are saying you need to complete side quests and stuff. I don't know. It's so confusing. There's like one Reddit forum about it. But this dance is pretty funny. I love this for Red Hood. And then I believe these are the DLC ones. Oh my god, that bat in the screen. I thought there was a bug on my screen. Anyways. Either this is a DLC one. I don't think it is. I think it's these two. Don't quote me on that though. So we have Heroic Pose 1. Nice. And then we have Heroic Pose 2. Ooh, that's tough. I got chills. Let's take a look at Robin. Impatient. Wave. Yes. Ooh, I like that. And then we have No. Points at Self. Yeah. Cheer. This guy. And then we have Dance. Let's check this out. Okay. Super 80s feeling. Alright, that's cool. Then we have, did we do that all? We have Hero Pose 1. Oh! This might be the best emote. That's worth the DLC right there. Hero Pose 2. Ooh. So Robin is carrying so far. This wiped Red Hoods. Impatient. And then we have, let's do the dance one right away. Oh! 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 Okay, she wins the dance. She's going crazy right now. I know she can move like that. Wave. I like that. It looks so fitting for her. Yes. No. Point at Self. Cheer. I love that. That's so good. Heroic Pose 1. Ooh, that is nice. How are you doing? And Heroic Pose 2. Okay. Very much cape blowing in the wind. You can see what they're doing here. Impatient. Wave. Oh! Uh-oh, he might be winning this. That was so cool. Good start so far. I like this. Let's check out the No. Ah, he wins. This is already good. We're too good of a start. Yeah. Okay. Let's check out the dance. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, snap. Oh. Oh. Whoa. Wow. Oh, and he goes right back to it. Okay. I like Batgirls a lot still. I don't know, we'll see. I like that. And last but not least, yeah, he wins. Nightwing wipes. I don't know why they fumbled Red Hood. Notable mentions Robin's little kickstand emote and Batgirl's dance emote. There's all the emotes. Now all that's left is the database and the final cutscenes. And thank heavens, when I said that I did the Gotham Most Wanted, it looks like it's saved to the database. So these are all the guys I had to kill. Freaking nightmare. There's so many of them, but here they all are. We went through each one of them, took them out. We have Batgirl number 1 shattered. Very nice. Batgirl number 9 in the line of fire. Cool. Looks like her fighting a Talon. 25, Batgirl the Reason. I like that. Batgirl number 27, Art of the Crime Part 2, Found Objects. Cool. A lot of Batgirl. Alright, Batman 647, Franchise Part 2, up to the away team. So we got Red Hood and Batman. That's sick. Ooh, Batman number 6, Beneath the Glass. Looks like a Court of Owls, Talon Batman. Birds of Prey, number 8, On Wings. So we got Nightwing with Batgirl, Mad in Love. Nightwing number 78, Leaping into the Light Part 1. That's a very cool little Nightwing cover. Ooh, this is the skin I had as a mod earlier on in my Star or Kelvin video, but this is Nightwing Showdown video. But this is Nightwing number 0, very cool. Perpetual Motion. Is this like the first Nightwing comic or something? Nightwing number 65, Sins of the Grandfather. Very interesting. I wonder what this is about. Is that Nightwing right there? Nightwing number 88, Get Grayson, Act 2. Nice. Ooh, Nightwing 2021, Annual number 1, Blood Brothers. Should have been the title of this game. It's still good with the other two, but I would have loved like a duo game like that. Robin number 166, The Big Leagues. Cool. Red Hood and the Outlaws number 18, Last Dance, Last Chance for Death. That is so tough. That might be my favorite. Red Hood and the Outlaws number 29, The Big Picture Part 1. Cool. Red Robin number 19, The Rabbit Hole Part 2, Caught in the Undertow. Ooh, this is a really good one. Teen Titans To Bell and Back. I wonder what this is about, but it looks sinister. And finally, We Are Robin number 7, Robin War Part 4, Jailbirds. This looks like Court of Owls with Robin fighting Red Hood. I'm not sure what that's about, but that is all our Batarang retrievals. Nice. My favorite is definitely this one. I like this one a lot. And where's that? Where's it at? This one's really good too. We'll start with Bruce's audio logs. And I'm gonna turn off my camera for this. I'm just gonna sit back and relax and listen back to it. I'm not gonna actually, react to it live just because, well, it's gonna take a while.
This is log entry BT01. Alfred has encouraged me to make time for this. Personal record feels meaningless when there's so much work to be done, but he doesn't ask me for much. So it's been a year since I came back to Gotham. There was always darkness in this city. It used to be insidious. Now it's out in the open. The police ignore violence and embrace corruption. Someone had to do something. Batman felt necessary. A year later, it's clear he is necessary. He's the one who speaks the only language Gotham's enemies understand. Violence and fear. It's working. I'm starting to rein in the chaos. But I need to be more careful. Batman is always on the edge of a knife. If I let him go too far, he becomes one of them. That can't happen. Batman can't kill criminals. He needs to demonstrate a higher standard. As Alfred put it, surrendering to violent impulses is easy. Controlling them is what takes courage. Gotham doesn't need a Batman with blood on his hands. I'm doing my best. But there's always room for Batman to improve. Not all of these criminals need to be hurt. Some of them just need help. Alfred was right. This did make me feel a little better. Or at least, I think I understand all of this more. maybe this record will be useful someday. If I ever have doubts about Batman, Gotham, or any of it. But that's definitely for later. For now, Batman has so much left to do.
Alright, pretty good. I like that. Just to basically like, it's what they call year one, meaning this is just the start of it all.
Log entry BT17. So much has changed since I recorded the first one of these. I spent the entire time thinking Batman could do this alone, in complete secrecy. But that's just not possible. Besides Alfred, there are 2 people on the planet who know Batman's true identity, and only because I told them. It's a risk I don't regret. Jim Gordon earned the right to know. He's the only cop in Gotham I truly trust. And I've learned so much from him, especially about how we achieve justice. I envisioned Batman as vengeance, but Jim helped me make something more out of it. I never wanted to be a detective, but I'm good at it, and he makes me better. What I like most about Jim is that he doesn't want the recognition. He only wants to do what's right. Lucius Fox has me thinking a lot about what right means. When I asked him to help Batman, Lucius wanted nothing to do with it. Justice defined by a white man with wealth and power is hardly justice, he said. It's a crusade. That's why I love Lucius. He doesn't care what Bruce Wayne thinks of him. At all. But he cares deeply about what Batman stands for. Lucius is my moral compass. Once I realized that, he finally agreed to get involved. I'm grateful he started by saying no. He was right. Batman shouldn't be a caped crusader. Gotham deserves a better kind of knight.
Alright, I like that. It's alright. Again, though, they had to bring race into it, but, you know, we're chilling.
Log entry BT28. It's New Year's Eve at... I suppose it's New Year's Day. Anyway, Alfred asked about my New Year's resolution. What does Bruce Wayne want to achieve this year? I didn't have an answer for him, so he locked me down here with my tea until I figured it out. Batman's purpose is clear. Mine isn't. Besides Batman, there's not a lot I care about. I didn't love saying that out loud. It makes me sound like one of them. The tricksters and clowns and gangsters across Gotham who... I can't even talk to myself without talking about Batman. But protecting people, it's all I'm good at. Maybe that's it. I'm spending this fortune on Batmobiles, building this enormous cave. Meanwhile, Gotham has problems Batman can't solve. But Bruce Wayne might be able to. Jim Gordon's worried about being able to put his daughter through college. Lucius mentioned how great it would be to have a foundation that helps disadvantaged youth study tech. I could take the hint. Then there's always providing relief for the homeless. The Dark Knight works alone, but Bruce Wayne doesn't have to. So, I suppose my resolution is to invest in other people. Alfred will like that. Maybe enough to let me back upstairs and let me sleep in my bed. Because that medical gurney is really uncomfortable.
Alright, I like that. This Bruce Wayne or Batman is very sensitive, I guess, which is okay, but I much prefer like a darker Bruce, like kind of like Robert Pattinson's The Batman, or even Arkham Origins Batman, where it's just so much rage, you know, not so much like, I need to invest in children. I know that's probably part of Batman's character, it's just the way it's portrayed in this game, he's just so soft sounding, but it's fine.
Log entry BT79. In a move that surprises even me, I've hired Harley Quinn as a research partner. Or rather, I've hired Dr. Harleen Quinzel, a trained psychiatrist whose work in criminal profiling surpasses even mine. Of course, some of that work is based on her personal experience as a criminal. While this aspect of her history is impossible to overlook, in this instance, it's invaluable. It took less convincing than I thought to gain her cooperation. A chance to do good, a small honorarium, and a ride in the Batwing were all the perks she requested. My contacts tell me Harley is comfortably installed at Blackgate. It's genius on her part. No one will suspect her presence, even if she's not actually serving a sentence right now. It puts her in the perfect location to carry out the research I need. It does also put her back into the criminal lifestyle we'd all prefer she left behind, but I will check in on her progress occasionally. I've given her the pattern I'm looking for. She's positioned to comb the records and profile the subjects. They, if they really do exist, won't be looking for Harley. And I'll keep it that way. Not a whispered word is said.
And there's our big reveal that Batman is looking into the Court of Owls. Wow. Interesting, this is how he asks Harley for help. So I wonder how many years or months she's been looking into this. That's interesting.
Log entry BT33. Crossed paths with Batgirl on patrol tonight. It's been a few weeks since she joined the team. Not that she'd put it that way. She's accepted some training, resources, nothing more. Even had some choice words to share about the Batcomputer's tech. I get it. She was doing fine without me. Far better than I would have without the means I was born into. No wonder she insists on sticking to her own cases. Reminds me of someone else I know. Everything Jim has ever said about his daughter is true. I won't be the one to tell him. That's her right. He saw the corruption in the force and tried to shield her from it. So she found another way to keep Gotham safe. But she is not like Batman. Batman and Robin fight crime by cover of night. But Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson are somehow still sheltered, in a way she isn't. She sees things that we don't. Maybe we've lived in a mansion too long. Barbara's different. She's driven by something I can't quite understand. Most people freeze up when faced with others' pain. But she sees the hurt at Gotham's core, and she has to get involved. To her, it was never a choice. Dick asked me to bring her further into the fold, to truly work together. But I'm not the one that needs convincing. Barbara insists she doesn't need me. And frankly, she's right. But Gotham does need Batgirl. We're fortunate to have her on our team, in whatever way she sees fit.
Alright, so that was the introduction to Batgirl into the Bat team or whatever, but pretty interesting. I like her. That makes sense with her character so far in the game. Aligns pretty well.
Log entry BT66. Earlier this week, I confronted Basil Karlo, otherwise known as Clayface. It didn't go as I had hoped. I keep asking myself, could I have been faster? Maybe. Led him away to safer ground. I've been over the footage. No. He had several hostages at the reservoir. There was no time for backup or for elaborate plans. We fought, and he lost his footing. I couldn't stop him. When he hit the turbine, it confirmed what I had feared. One of us was going to die that night. But Basil always had a sense for the dramatic. An epic confrontation in front of an audience would have fit his plans. As he put it, it was most important to be seen. Looking back at the footage of the fall, I remembered one of Basil's earliest roles, a bit part in an adaptation of a Sherlock Holmes story. I compared the footage to his early film, and the staging was nearly identical. Now I wonder if he didn't cast himself as Moriarty to my Holmes, with that reservoir as Reichenbach Falls. Or, more in keeping with his ego, he cast himself as the hero. I'm going to continue studying Basil's DNA. If what I suspect is true, It's possible that some part of Clayface is still out there, alive. But what could be left of him?
He was indeed still alive. But yeah, that was actually interesting. I like knowing what happened between that confrontation that we didn't know about in the main story. They're like, because Clayface brings up that moment where him and Batman were fighting.
Log entry, BT42. Alfred, I can't do this. Not now.
If you don't make time for this now, Master Bruce, then when will you? Take all the time you need.
I didn't know so much could go so wrong. There's nowhere else I can go. Dick stopped by Gotham again. Our meetings lately have been strained. I pushed him away. And this time I don't know if he'll ever come back. He worried about my obsessions, but I wasn't focused nearly enough. If I was, then Barbara... She got hurt. Paralyzed. Maybe permanently. Because she was trying to help me. I let her take on too much. I should have been there. I failed her. Barbara, and Dick, and Jason. Jason barely got a chance. He could have been great for Gotham. The best kind of Robin. But he was reckless, rushing into danger like that. No. I'm responsible for this. After being too strict with Dick, I tried to give Jason more freedom. I should have been paying more attention. He went off on his own to be a hero. Then that monster murdered him for it. He was killed because of me. I'd do anything to fix this. Things I said I'd never do. Like speak with Talia again. I swore to myself I'd never consider using a Lazarus pit. The risks, even compared to death, were too great. But I had to know if resurrection was even possible. But when I tracked her down, I couldn't even ask for her help. One more thing I got wrong. And Talia just laughed. I broke almost every rule I have to bring Jason back. And I have nothing to show for it. He's really gone. 60. Batman failed. I failed everyone. I don't know how to make any of this right. But I'm going to find a way.
This is probably the best audio log yet. I really like that. Talking about Red Hood's death, Robin's death, I guess. Jason Todd talking about Barbara being paralyzed. Nightwing's, beyond mad at Batman or whatever. So everything's just bad right now. But it gets better, of course.
Log entry BT70. I don't often have dreams. But this morning, I woke up from one about Nightwing. Dick came back to Gotham. We sat right here in this room, together. He let me explain myself. Apologize for pushing him away. I found all the words I should have said before he left. That's how I knew none of it was real. He asked me about something we used to talk about. Batman's legacy. Who wears the cowl when Bruce Wayne can't. For years, I thought I had the answer. Every time I looked at Dick Grayson, I saw the next Batman. But Dick never wanted it. I've been monitoring his activities in Bloodhaven. It's amazing what he's accomplished on his own. His way. With courage and kindness. I see it clearly now. I don't want Nightwing to become Batman. I need Batman to be more like Nightwing. Despite everything, I just wish he was home, so we could talk. Really talk. I'd tell him how proud I really am. That Nightwing is the better version of what Batman was meant to be. That because of Dick Grayson, Bruce Wayne became a better man. I'd tell my son that I miss him. I'll tell him the next time he comes back. He doesn't need me bothering him. He doesn't need me at all.
Okay, so that was okay. It was just basically him crying about Grayson.
Log entry BT-55. I stopped by Victor Freeze's new cell at Blackgate earlier tonight. Victor's looking at 2 years for his latest escapade. But his cell is adapted to his condition, so in theory he can stay there for any sentence, regardless of length. I made a promise to Victor long ago that I'd try to help his wife, Nora. Recently, advancements in medical technology made that possible. As much as I was glad to help Nora herself, I had also hoped that helping her would encourage Victor to change his ways. But after her successful decriminalization and treatment at Gotham General, Nora wanted no part of their previous relationship. She recognized what I'd been reluctant to accept. Mr. Freeze has embraced his identity as a villain and is loath to give it up. At her request, I safely relocated Nora. Her instincts were right. His response was violence. I subdued him and brought him to the GCPD. Victor now insists that Nora rejected him due to his condition rather than his actions. He asked for my help in finding a cure. I agreed. I've looked at my work for Nora. I think I can do it. That will let him live more comfortably. But I told him it won't bring Nora back. Until Victor accepts that his problems are because of his violent behavior, he'll keep returning to the same criminal patterns. I only hope I can make him understand that.
Alright, so that was our little Mr. Freeze audio log, and that was pretty good. Again, Mr. Freeze is always pretty interesting in game, and that was a nice little background to what happened with him and Batman and Nora.
Log entry BT-57. It's been 2 months since I confronted Red Hood. Wanted criminal, confirmed killer. Jason. At first, I didn't want to believe it. But after that shock came hope. He's still driven by a sense of justice. There's still a part of him I can recognize as Robin. He's talking to me, but he's so angry. Not so much at his murderer, but at me. I deserve his anger. He was just a child when I put him in harm's way. I pushed him too hard, too fast. He's made it clear that he'll never let go of his desire for vengeance. But he's come to understand that violence has its limits. I can only be grateful Jason's meeting me halfway. He's accepted counseling. We're finding a way to move forward. He's even suggested we work on a new kind of pistol for him, together. Something that's more bat-friendly. I have some reservations about that, but he insists it's possible, and his prototypes are promising. He's making an incredible effort to come back from that cliff. To be a better man. So far, I've been unable to find out what happened between Jason's murder and his appearance on Gotham streets as the Red Hood. His amnesia seems total, but not necessarily irreversible. Maybe with time he'll remember. Alfred and I ran every test we could think of. The last one confirmed my suspicions. We found evidence he'd been exposed to a Lazarus pit. Was Jason revived by Raish? Talia? Another faction or cult? Raish has healed his injuries, no matter how severe, in Lazarus pits. Ongoing exposure has rendered him practically immortal, though at the cost of his humanity. Raish's original goal when he founded the League was to destroy a corrupted society, to then rebuild it to a purer form. Now, he seems to have lost sight of any reconstruction. He views all human beings as irredeemably flawed, even Talia. For all his anger, Jason is nothing like that. My working theory is that a single short exposure to a Lazarus pit won't cause a permanent shift in personality. But I need to learn more. For Jason's sake. I won't lose him again.
Alright, so we finally get the introduction to Red Hood coming back from the dead. And we basically are to the chapter now where they're healing, I guess. You don't really get to see like the initial confrontation.
Log entry BT49. 6 months since Tim Drake showed up. This kid not only figured out Batman's identity, but connected every dot. Nightwing, Alfred, Jason Todd, and at just 13. Tim is certainly smarter than I was at that age. In a raw sense, maybe even now. A natural detective. When Tim figured out who we all were, my first thought was, how did he do it? And then, how could he use this against us? Even more paranoid than usual. I've been in a dark place since Jason died. Robin's mask now feels like a curse I inflicted on Jason. And Dick. Tim wants the mask anyway. He says Batman needs Robin. Alfred and Dick just encourage this. They insist Tim just wants to help. There was a time I thought that I was helping Dick. Certainly thought I was helping Jason. If it were only that simple. Tim thinks everything has an answer. He has this absolute enthusiasm I can't possibly match. I worry I'll just grind that enthusiasm to dust, like I did with the others, whether I want to or not. It's just what I am. Though Tim would be better off without the mask. If he has to wear it, pushing him away would be dangerous. For some reason I can't understand. He trusts me. I'm certain I don't know what's best for the kid. But with all his potential, and that raw genius, maybe, just maybe, we can make this work.
I like that. That was a pretty hopeful audio log. The introduction to Robin. 80 logs later. Here we go.
Log entry BT81. I just finished packing Alfred's luggage into the taxi. I can't believe after months of nagging, he finally agreed to take a vacation. He always has an excuse. If it's not a case stopping him, he's too busy redecorating the manor or helping Tim on a project. But I could see it in his eyes when the fog rolled in, or the way he sighed as he made a cup of tea. He missed England. He says I'm so focused on stopping the next criminal that I don't appreciate what I've already accomplished. But he's guilty of that too. He's the one who works from the shadows, making sure I survive every night, every patrol. If anyone deserves a vacation, it's Alfred. I looked it up. The last time he took time off was after we captured Firefly, at least 4 years ago. I don't think he would have left if Tim hadn't promised to look after me while he's gone. Even Jason stepped in and said he would cook for me so I don't, and I quote, die from salmonella. To show his gratitude, Alfred assured us he will give Ace the fanciest treats money can buy. I swear that dog has us wrapped around his paw. Anyway, Alfred shouldn't worry so much. I'm clearly in good hands. And I'll sleep better at night knowing he'll be out of reach of the people I'm currently investigating.
And that is the end of the audio logs hinting at the Court of Owls and Alfred leaving, which ties into the voicemails. So the audio logs were just basically hidden by Bruce in numerous caches around the city, and the voicemails are files left for Bruce, and they all kind of take place after that last audio log, I believe. So we'll start with Alfred Pennyworth.
Hello, Bruce. I just wanted to let you know my flight has landed safely at Heathrow, and I'm on my way to the hotel. Master Todd said he would be stopping by tonight after work. I will call you tomorrow.
So this should be when he went to England, as the last voice log indicated. Like, hey, I'm in England, I'll call you tomorrow. Then we have one from Barbara Gordon.
Hey Bruce, Tim told me you got the new water cooling system for the computer. Now, I know you want to do it yourself, but you have to let me help. I've got a similar system, and I'm sure you're gonna love it. I'll stop by as soon as I'm finished work.
It sounds like so far everyone is expecting to see Bruce, Batman. Then we have Dick Grayson. Here we go.
Hey, Bruce, it's Dick. It's, been a while. Listen, I'm in Gotham, and I thought maybe I'd stop by. You know, so we can talk. We should definitely talk. Let me know a good time.
Ah, this sucks. So Nightwing got screwed over. It sounds like they never recovered from that argument they had or whatever, which is why in one of Nightwing's story scenes, he was telling Barbara how they left off on bad terms, I believe. Okay, even though this game is like a Red Hood storyline, Dick Grayson had the best story in this game. Message from Red Hood.
Batman, Red Hood here. That tip you gave me about the Bowery was spot on. I broke up a deal between the mob and the regulators. We can talk details later tonight. Other than that, things have been pretty quiet the last few months. Seems like whatever we're doing is working.
This is so sad. They're all setting up to like talk to him. And of course, Robin.
Robin here, just finishing up my patrol. All quiet so far. I'm going to do one more pass and then head back. I'll calm you if there's anything I can't handle. Robin out.
And then they never saw him, I'm pretty sure, because he died before any of them could get to him. Well, that's the guidebook, case files, profiles, Gotham City, and collections complete. Now we just have some cutscenes to go over.
If you're watching this,
Good old Dick Grayson.
I'm Batman.
really, Dick?
Alfred had dinner ready an hour ago. How many versions of this are you gonna make?
Let me check.
In the event of my death at the hands of Crazy Quilt? Seriously? What about the event of
I
my
wonder if that's an
death
actual character.
of starvation?
Probably is.
Dad? You're neglecting this poor kid.
You promised we'd have dinner together as a family.
Get out.
You guys start, and I'll be right up.
That cape is sick. Well, I like that Red Hood design. He doesn't wear that in the rest of the game.
My hand slipped. But now you're up, so let's go.
This is important.
It's much more fitting to Jason Todd, that
Would you
leather
just
coat.
go? Or is I forgot to eat and starve to death on your list of videos?
I mean, if you want some advice on being dead, I got you covered.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
You're gonna need my password.
Am not.
Why is this so awkward? They're just standing there.
You're always looking out for me.
That's it. We 100% complete Gotham Knights. Batman's actually dead. I thought from the beginning they were gonna revive him at the very end, but that's a wrap. Blood Brothers just calling it. What a sad ending, bro. That's a wrap.